it's Dale here. Today I thought I'd show you my two of my little books that I made for workshop samples actually, and they're my leaf books. What I used for the paper was the Cardi rag paper in the A6 size. It's just perfect for a little book. And I did some things like I got some little wooden pegs and sprayed them with colour. And then I did different things for the front and back. And you can see first of all that I joined all the pages together. I made a cord with sari ribbon. I did the same with that one. And then I made a stitched cord with thread. This is actually ironbark thread. Our thread just goes perfectly. I made some little buttonhole shapes with my flower stitch foot, and I used it to thread them all through when I'd finished. So just to show you what I've done with the page, I collect things, you know, like this is a little fossil leaf that I had, and this is part of my weaving sort of thing. That this is what we're going to be doing at Quilt Symposium. Could do a little one like this. This is a woven piece with pre-felts and some sari silk and velvet and cotton scrim, just to make a little base for it. So that's exactly the same, except for this one I've used a paper cast leaf on a piece of silk fibre made with the cocoon strippings, and then you can see when it's finished I've sprayed it with colour and I've just stitched it down the middle. This one I stitched down the middle as well, and I used scrim for the back. I coloured every page with pastels, I think, or spray or something, anything that I had there. And so I put scrim on the top and I've stamped with my leaf stamp. I found a little charm, and then I stitched leaves in a with machine thread on Romeo water soluble, and I made another leaf which I trapped behind a little window. The things you collect, all these things. And then I had another leaf shape that I used, I think, and then I wrote around it and stitched on it just to give an effect of the leaves in my garden. And over here, these are some using Evelyn actually, to some of the leaves that are actually in our garden, the eucalyptus leaves, and the background was a piece of fabric which I covered to give an effect for it. And here I've made more leaves, possibly with tissue paper or tissue tex, and you can see the leaf from a stencil onto a piece of fabric like calico or something like that. And over here, this is actually a paper napkin, so it's finding things that you like, and I'm really keen on these paper napkins of leaves. And then another one I've made a background which is polycotton that's being sprayed, cut and restitched and so on. Down here some flower stitch and leaves again to stitch it in. There's a leaf that's been added to it. Let's go over here. There's another leaf that's been stitched with metallic thread with a bit of scrim and a bit of hessian, just to pop down as on it. There's another piece of leaf fabric that I had printed, added to it. And again, just a little bit of, perhaps we're in the bush there looking at it. And here is some more. This is tissue just stitched, put onto the background of some Evelyn. And then here I've used some of my buttons, little buttons from New Zealand, and a little stamp with a kiwi on. Made a little pocket. It's a pocket with a leaf that's been stitched on water soluble. And this is a paper cast, the leaves on the top. This one's actually done with water soluble paper, and then it's been, you can see when you cast, once it's dry and you put colour on, how it brings up the images that you've moulded it with it. And here I've got some more leaves under there, and I've used a paper napkin to make a grid to put on it, and just some more twin needling and stitching down to give that effect of being in the forest, and some bits that I found. And this is the back of, actually the inside of the back cover. In the back cover I've made a little piece with on my embellishing machine with some velvet and bits and pieces, and printed onto the back of it. And this one's fairly similar too. I made two. It's got the front page with little bits hanging out, some stitching. And I've made this with the embellisher, some scrim effects. That's a bit of water soluble paper, and just the next one was another layer like the one in the previous book. Here's another stitch, a leaf that's been stitched on fibres to create a big leaf. A little leaf tucked in a pocket. Some flower stitch flowers just in those, always in those colours. This is actually a picture from our garden of the leaves in on our eucalyptus tree. Some drawing to show another little pocket about the flowers, the leaves I mean, and stitching onto a piece, drawing onto a piece, sponging, another background, another one like this. You can see the similarities with the other book, but not exactly the same because you don't have the same ideas from one to the other. This is a bit of washi tape I found, and another little one put on here, some more of those little tracking things, the paper napkin, and another one with bits and pieces here. And I've got, where are they? Got a few rub-ons, so I just popped a few of those on as well. And another one here that's really another little pocket here with a leaf for a tree on, and another one here on paper, little pencil, and there's my paper napkin again. And to finish it off, this is the back of this one. So there's the leaves going down there. So that's just to give you an idea of what I've done. Hope you've enjoyed that. See you again. Bye.